I wanted to give a really special gift to my granddaughter's dance teachers. They have gone above and beyond, so I want to do something extra special for them. I'm making 2 books for the 2 teachers. I just adore them. They were so delightful every single week. So this is what they look like. There's 1 and 2, and I'm going to show you from absolute beginning to the absolute end of how I put these together. I'm going to just flick through really quickly in case all you want is just an idea of something that you could put together, and I've hand sewn it in the middle. You can staple it if you've got one of those side-on staples. I'm just flicking through and also I'm kind of checking because I've only just done it, and now I'm doing my intro to show you, and then put my little closure back on. And here's the other one, just flicking through very quickly. So both of them start with my art, and then I'm going to show you how I chose the papers, why I chose these papers, a little bit about the order that I put it together in. I'm just flicking through, checking nothing glued where it shouldn't, and it's got a lovely flick out thing at the very end, and a really soft, delightful closure that can put these in there if you don't want them jumping around. So here's how I did it from the absolute beginning to the absolute end. I reckon the best thing that I've learned about putting together junk journals, travelers' notebooks, whatever sort of handmade book you're making, I reckon the best tip that I can give you is get stuff in bulk and prepare in bulk. So for example, these are paper bags, so I fold them and I cut open the other end so they're all ready to make pockets. So there's about 10 there, and there's another 20 in my cupboard. The other thing that I bought in bulk were these really cheap cards, and they are brilliant because they're lined on one side, flat on the other, and they come in a range of basic colours, and again I've got about 50 of those. The other thing I love to buy all the time is some of this beautiful textured card stock, and again all the beautiful colours. Colour coordination, I reckon, is key to the process. So I've got cardstock that is A4 and cardstock that's in this really common 30 by 30 form. I've got 2 covers, and they are just paintings that way. They're cut down paintings, in fact, and then there's an old painting on the back, and then I fold it over for an instant cover. And because I paint on heavyweight watercolour paper, then I get this beautiful strong cover. It's almost like cardboard. The next thing is to buy a whole packet. It's like 100 sheets of just lovely soft paper, and again, range of colours so that you can do some colour coordination. So I've got this one here because I've just done a video on this abstract painting, and it is exactly the sort of thing that would make a perfect cover. Another thing that I make in bulk are these decorations for the junk journals. They go on right at the very end, and these are all incredibly random, but again, a whole range of colours. So they've got this beautiful grey that's probably going to go with absolutely anything. And in here, I've just got a whole stack of these beaded, I've been teaching myself how to crochet. So between my love of beads, this is quite a new love for me, a new skill set. So I've been making a whole stack of these beautiful beaded and crocheted decorations for junk journals, and then right at the very end of the process you put one of those on. So again, I've got a whole stack of them already made. I'm just going to put that back in there because that won't be needed until the very end when you put the decoration on, which is a little bit like, you know, getting dressed in the morning. You put the decoration on at the very end. So to start, 2 covers. Ignore the fact that this one is half done. Just focus on this one because this one is absolutely from scratch, but I'd started making this one. So that's going to be for one teacher, and that's going to be for the other teacher. So first step is to get some lovely cardstock to go inside. So in this one, fantastic, it'll take yellow, a bit dusty there, So that's brilliant. And I can see that I need to trim it to about there. I'm just going to get a pencil and give myself a little mark so that I'm going to pile up a whole stack of stuff, take it over to my guillotine, which sits over here in my studio. That one will then get folded, and if I fold it in half, does it fit inside? Oh, yes, it does. Okay, so I'm just going to fold it neatly, but the beauty of these handmade things is that you really don't have to be exact because it's a handmade object. I'm just turning that out so I've got my little marker for when I go over to my guillotine. All right, so I've got one lovely piece of cardstock, and oh, actually I've just had a better idea. Rather than cut it off, I'm going to make it a pocket on the bottom. So I'm going to turn that up to there and just fold it out. But look how wonky it's being. So I'm going to turn it the other way and see if I get more success. I line it up that way and again fold it down. And is that going to be a bit better? Yeah, it's a little bit better. I've got a bone folder that I'll go and find for bending all of this. And then you make these beautiful pockets. And if you fold it out that way, it's just going to sit there really beautifully for you. And if you fold it inwards, then you need to cut a little V because it will just bulk up in there. So I'm going to fold those that way. That way, I'm going to get some really lovely pockets to go inside this. Okay, there's one for that one. And then I'm going to find maybe, oh, this one's got 2 holes cut in it, so that's no good. Put that one aside. Ooh, does this, oh yeah, it does. How beautiful is that? All right, fantastic. This colour is a little bit hard to use, so I'm delighted when I get an opportunity to use it up. Okay, I'm going to fold it in the same way. Fold, fold, and then the bottom to come up, and I want that to be the same as this one, or similar. Similar, it's all right. Okay, I'm sticking them just out of the top so that I know what I'm, how many things I've gotten. So this one goes up this way, and then fold it outwards again. Just needs constant encouragement to get the paper to do what you want it to do. Okay, so now I've got 2 pieces of cardstock for that one, beautifully coordinated. Okay, I need some cardstock for this one. So something that's going, I've already started this one with a real blue theme, and I've glued in some things. I've got some of these beautiful envelopes that I decorate. And again, oh, that's my note to myself in case I wanted to know later on how I got that beautiful texture. I don't know if you can see that there, but oh, it's so beautiful and textured. Anyway, this is a wonderful little thing, 2 envelopes joined together. And again, I make them in bulk, and it's the sort of thing that you might sit into your journal to gather things. I'm not sure that goes. I'm going to just set that one aside for now. What I'm after are some cardstock items to go inside. This is all attached, so I need to stick with that sort of purple-blue theme, and I've got a purple-blue theme going on there as well. So again, I'm going to skip through and find purple and blue, purple, blue, purple, blue, purple, blue. All right, no purple and blue. Pink looks fantastic with it. I'm running low on this cardstock, aren't I? Oh, there's a beautiful white piece, but this is a greeny colour, so I don't want that. Oh, this is grey. Isn't grey brilliant? Grey, neutral colours are wonderful for going together. Okay, and again, I'm going to fold it in half. Now, I know that this one is wider, but I'm just going to try to prepare quickly. So don't take so long. That down to there, take that up to there, and again, just fold it out reasonably neatly, like that. that. And these are so brilliant in any sort of journal because you create tuck spots for putting in ephemera. So there's one for that. And I think I'm going to have to go for pink because I could go for this magic grey colour too. Oh, and then I'll just have 2 greys in there. Okay, decision made. I have to tell you that that is my other biggest tip, is make quick decisions, because making these journals is a total labour of love. And what happens if you are creating a gift for someone is you can drive yourself nuts just trying to find the exact colour. And the reality is, you can see I'm just eyeballing that shape, that fold. And the reality is that the person you give it to they really are not going to notice whether or not you have perfectly coordinated everything. You have to kind of, not be so rigid with yourself. And of course, we're all different, so if you don't find any trouble making those decisions, just ignore that piece of advice. That doesn't go, that doesn't go, that doesn't go. The pink does go, but I've got 2. Okay, I can set that one aside now. All right, so each of them has 2 pieces of cardstock. I've got this thinner cardstock as well, but I don't think I need that. I think those colours, that all looks good. I can set that one aside as well. Next up, let's give it some paper. So let's see what we've got in here. We've got some yellow, so that's great. I can put in yellow. I'm just going to put in 2 sheets of yellow. Keep that. Let's give it some more paper. This blue is way too strong for it. Oh, that orange practically goes, doesn't it? Excellent. I love an opportunity to use colours I don't use much. So let's go 2 of those. Gently extracting it from the pad. This is all paper, cheap paper. Now, the green is beautiful with it. There is a touch of green there. Oh, and there's pink. Look at that. Oh, wow, that's so pretty. And then the blue I'll keep for the other one. And then there's 2 types of blue to go with the other one. Oh, and look at that green. Yeah, so as I say, make quick decisions and move on because, all right, done. That one's done. Now some for this blue. I know it's strong, but it's got a beautiful blue theme going on. Stick that in there, and then let's get some, what other colour did I see as I was going there? Oh, the other blue. How beautiful is that? 2 blues. Fantastic. Okay, so that's done then. And I am nearly ready to put it together. I mentioned the paper bags I've got earlier. These paper bags I used to use at markets, so they had my, I'll just turn it that way so you can see it, Marion Chapman studio. So I had a stamp made up, and when I was doing markets and selling art, I was going to say when I was selling art cheaply. So I'm going to put in 1, 2 over there because I've got lots of these, and 1, 2 in this one, which means I can get rid of the extra paper bags. All right, now we're up to these ones, and again we've got some beautiful blue to coordinate with this one. That's the end of my blue. Oh, I've got these purples. These cards, by the way, have been absolutely fantastic. Purple, and this one we're going with a yellow theme, and purple would go. Oh, look, I've got a bright pink. That'll do. And again, you've got to just go with what you've got. That's okay. There's another fantastic tip I'd really like to give you, and that is use up your stash. It is so easy to buy all the stuff and then lose some of the interest you've got in the tasks of putting these together, and then you can just end up with a pretty pile of stuff and it's not usable. Okay, I'm going to fold these. Now, again, if I fold these, will they fit inside there? Yeah, fantastic. So I'm going to fold all 4 together, like that. Bring it over and down, and that's done. And I'll fold these together. I know that they will fit in there easily. And make that as neat as possible. And then I've got the papers all together as well. Okay, now this is the part I love the most, where you start to open and see which one coordinates nicely. So inside I've got all these greys and browns, and I'm very conscious of the fact that doesn't at all reflect the colours on the cover. So I need something that's going to act as like a segue between the outside and the inside. So something that coordinates with that, and that one's not too bad. Okay, I'm going to put that there. And then some of the lovely paper bags. They make such great pockets. Put that in there. And then put some paper. So what would look beautiful with that? Yeah, that orange would go nicely there. Then let's come back to here. And are we ready for another pockety thing? Let's see. No, we need more pages. I've got orange and yellow, so I'll put one of each. That's a good idea. Then I'll come into that. Oh, that's beautiful together. Then I can turn this open and we put it in another paper bag. More bits of paper, and I've got one of each of those. And that is nearly ready to go. But the other thing that I like to do in the centre of these books is have something stronger. Because I find when I come to the sewing stage that I regularly tear a thin piece. So I'm going to come back and deal with that in a moment. And it could be that I just put one of these in. Actually, that does solve it, doesn't it? Put that, no, put that. Oh yeah, lovely. Look at that colour, it's so beautiful. So I'm going to fold that and neatly, and then I've got something lovely and strong in the centre that I'll put my sewing through. Okay, it's all good. Yeah. These are going to get slotted in somewhere along the way, maybe between these pages. Makes things easier to open. The pink look beautiful. Oh yeah, how beautiful is the pink between these. You can put any sort of papers in these journals. That's why they call them junk journals, because you can put in any bits of art that you like. I fill them with art. I know that a lot of people buy all sorts of, I'm going to put that in there. Lots of people just buy the papers, whereas I like to include my art. I want my art to be the feature because, you know, I'm an artist and I love ways of using up my art. Okay, just getting that all together, and then that will go like that, and then that will go like that. Oh, I've got an extra card, that's cool. So maybe that will get stuck there. No, that needs to be glued down. Just going to turn the page, see where else I might like to put this one in there. Look at those colours, they're so beautiful. They're so beautiful together. Maybe that goes in there. Yeah, I love all those beautiful pastel colours that can go in there. All right, we've got the foundations of a book. I can see that this yellow is sticking out, however, not ideal. You could cut it down, or you could say to hell with it, it's a junk journal, I'm just going to leave it there. But I like the idea that my cover is the widest part, so I will cut them down. I have a guillotine nice and close by, and it's just the yellow that seems to be doing it. I'm going to place that there so I know where to put it when I come back, and I'm going to trim off that edge. 1 second. A yellow, and I know it goes in there and there. Right, just test it again. Is there anything else that needs to be trimmed down? Because it gets quite bulky as you start to put all the pages together. This orange is sticking out, or sometimes sticking out. Nope, that's good. All right, that's looking wonderful. And then I'm going to put a beautiful dangle on this one and put a little hole up there for the dangle. Okay, next one, just as much fun to put together. But most of this fun occurs, I'm just going to pull off some of that rubbery cement stuff there. Most of this fun is occurring right now because I did bulk preparations. Okay, when you open the page, oh, how beautiful is that dark there? Wonderful. I'm going to go dark and just put that aside. Then let's put in some paper. Dark, pretty blue. It's kind of almost like a phthalo blue or a cyan, followed by the soft, kind of a powdery blue. Oh, how beautiful is that? That's going to go in there. I love these cards because they're lined, and also they just add this lovely variation in height. Okay, and then onto this one. Yeah, that's cool. That's going to go there. Open her up. And then I've got that sheet, and I need a nice, I mentioned that I don't like soft paper in the very center, so do I go for this one or this one? Oh, both of them look fantastic. That goes there, that goes there. Then I've got a lovely center. What I forgot to put in my prep there were some paper bags. I just love these little tuck spots. That could go there. Does that look all right? Yeah, it does. And then over to here for a tuck spot. Oopsie, I'm dropping stuff. How's that look as you turn it over? No, I'm not sure I like that one there. So I could put it between the pages. Like that. Okay. These cards I will put in later. They might just get popped into, fold them, and they're kind of like little tiny folded cards that you can journal on, and so you pop them in there. I do prefer when it sticks out a little bit. I think that's a bit cuter. So there's lots of ways you can do that, and that's the sort of thing you do in the final embellishment. All right, that one went somewhere special in the center maybe. There. Okay, so let's do a little flick through. I've got that beautiful grey against the purple, and it goes blue and blue, these beautiful tuck spots. This needs to go either above or quite below. If I go below, that's going to make this really thick, so I'm going to go up high. Keep going, turning, and then we've got this card in the center. Keep going. This is a piece of artwork that I printed out on beautiful watercolour paper. You can buy watercolour paper that goes in your printer. Okay, how's that all looking? I love these little tassels. I must get more of those. Okay, that's looking pretty good. And there you have the bare bones of two beautiful notebooks or junk journals or whatever you want to call them. But they're going to be gifts. Okay, I think that orange keeps trying to pop out. Definitely want to trim that one down. I'm just going to put that there for a second. And there, and then there. All right, now let's see how that looks. Brilliant. Now I'm up to the stage where I sew. I've got an old textbook that's fantastic for opening out and putting the book down in the middle to stick a hole. It's absolutely brilliant. And here's my awl that I'm going to use to stick holes in there. I've got some paper clips. I've got some paper clips that are colour coordinated. I've got little homemade paper clips, and again I made them in bulk. I've got elastic so I can create a closure on the books, and again different colours. So this purple one, for example, oh, that's going to look so beautiful on there. Oh, so with the gold. Ooh, maybe the gold's better because of the inside, right? Gold there, and then blue on the other one, or green, or purple. Wonderful. Okay, so they're done. I've got these threads. So back when I was a young woman, I began to learn how to do tapestry, and I did lots of tapestries. Oh, look at that colour. That's so perfect. That one was just sitting there. And my other one can have blue. I use blue all the time. And it's mine. I can do as I please. Here we go. Oops. So then I've got a blue and a blue. This is how I used to store my threads. I had some wonderful teachers who showed me that, and then they're all organised and not in a big mess. I love that. Still, to this day, not messy. Okay, now I'll show you how I use the book. Oh, and a needle. So this is this sort of needle that opens. I don't know if you can see that there. Yeah, so if you've got a really difficult thread, you can actually pull this metal bit down. I won't do that and break my nail. Just check they are sitting where you want them to sit. I could actually trim that down and get rid of that yucky rubber on the edge there, so I'll just trim that off, I think. Slip it straight back in because I find I forget otherwise where things are supposed to go. So it can look quite lovely in a journal when you open it to have different heights. So for example, I can have the yellow poking up there. The paper bag can stay, or you can line them up too. There. Just checking that's all where I want it to go. There. And if it is all where you want it to go, then you get a paper clip. It's not a paper clip, is it? It's a, what are they called? Butterfly clips. So I'm going to put one there and one over there. I can still close it, so that's quite good. Now, that's great, just to keep it all in line. So I'm going to do 3 holes and then stitch it through. So 3 holes for the, where's my awl? 3 holes for the threading, and then a nice big hole up the top, and that will be for my little jewellery, my junk journal jewellery. Okay, so it's sitting in the centre of that book, and I'm going to start by doing, I just eyeball it. So I'm going to stand up and just guesstimate the middle, and it's so easy because I'll show you underneath there, and you see how it's gone straight through the middle of the old textbook. That's just brilliant. And I'm going to be sewing it with this. I have had a few lessons in book binding. One was a very traditional Japanese method, and very beautiful, and I just use a version of the Very Beautiful method. All right, I'm going to see how it's got a little thing that it opens. Can you see that there? Tell you what, it drives me nuts. I always told myself that when I made enough money out of YouTube, I'd get a new camera because then that would be worth it. But that day has never come. Okay, I've threaded my needle and I'm going to put that one straight in there because I find I lose it. I'm going to put it straight in, pull it through, put it over there and put it back in the center, standing again. And I'm going to put one there, one and two. And even though I've got these clips, I still find things will move around. So I'm going to keep it in place, put it over to there, see if I can just thread that straight back in. No, I missed the card there. All right, that's pretty good. Leave the tail in the center. And it doesn't much matter whether you go in there or out there because you're going to come back into this one. So I'm going to go down to the bottom and that is perfect. Pull it gently, go back in the center. Now my awl, my little poking device, makes a really big hole, and that's something that I will get to eventually. Yeah, see, I've lost my hole. Just see if I can poke that down. There it is, through there. And it comes through nice and tight. You can see now why I wanted something a little bit tough in the middle there. And pull nice and tight, make a knot, nice and tight, just check, 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 and check, check. Because sometimes these things move. Look at that, it's moved all over the place. Oh, it's coming through, I think. Okay, the hole went through. I think I should have gone over this. Okay, let's just hold that in place and check the tension. Check, check. Okay, that's better. I have done these 50 times before, but every time there's a gap in time between doing them, I lose some traction on the knowledge there. Okay, I'm going to cut that the same length and make a pretty bow, just because I like bows. I think they look beautiful. Pull that out a little bit, and done. Okay, I've got a little bit left over, so I'll add that to my piece of card. Just take them off, do one more flick through to see that everything is sitting nicely, because it's quite easy to undo if I've made a mistake, but hopefully I don't have to undo it. I really prefer not to. All right, that's that one done. And now I'm going to do the same to the other. I really have mucked up, put in a really big hole there. As I mentioned, my awl is actually too big for this sort of journal. So I will just repair that either with tape or a bit of glue. And again, being a junk journal, it just doesn't matter that much. Okay, this one's next. Put it there. Little flick through to check I'm happy with the position. And again, this one has the glue on the edge, so I'm going to get rid of that. Much cleaner. Goes back in. Okay, little flick through to check I like where things are placed. That one, that one, that one. I'm going to move the blues around. It's quite pretty. There. There. Move the papers up and down. Then you see all the different colours, different layers. In the centre we've got a nice hard one. keep flicking to check. It's beautiful. Okay. That one goes there. Check the height and clip again. I find the clipping incredibly important. And over here, best I can. Some of them are short, but that will really, really, really help. Okay, now have a beautiful piece of thread ready for this one into my special needle. So now I can show you, you drop it down, push it in, and I wish I could tell you the name of these needles, I really do. It's going to be some sort of tapestry needle. Okay, nice and long, I'm ready to go. Grab the awl and line it up, and just again, I'm going to eyeball it. I might put that in the center, it might look better because the strings go through it, through there. And I mentioned that I like, as soon as I withdraw my awl, I like to put it straight through and just hold that position. Back to here, pull it most of the way through, and give it a knot, double knot, make a bow. Forgot to check the tension, all good there. Right. Double bow, trim this off. I can let go of these. Over here, I can get ready to add my embellishments. So, first thing I'm going to do is decide where the hole will be. And it could go through both of those. And yeah, I think it'll make it just go through all of them. That's for that one. This one, it can go up there. Right, I had already chosen this one to go on this or another one. Anyway, doesn't matter. This will do very nicely. I'm going to use this thread to thread it through, I think. How else could I get it through? Yeah, that'll do. Thread this into there. Close her up. There. I'm going to thread this through here so that I can grab the top of this and thread it back through. Yay, that one came through. Okay, so I was thinking that I'd just do another little bow. Now, there, that, pull that right up. So if I just add a tight bow there, should be on. Just keep that there for a second. And it's attached. Lovely. And yeah, it's too long for this one, so I'm gonna cut it right off. Maybe that too. Cut that. And that can come out and add to it. And okay, that's looking pretty good. The pretty tassels on the side, junk journals inside. I think this one had a card left. 1, 2, where are the other cards? Get rid of the book. Okay, now to finish this one off, I've got pink and grey blue and powder blue paper clips. So on the inside here, you can start to clip things on. And these are great little spots for travel journals, any sort of journal, where you can clip things on. So you can glue things into your book, and I'm going to glue that up shortly and keep going back to this hard ones here. Hard, all I mean is that they are cardstock, so it's nice and strong. You can handle the paper clip without bending it. Nice and strong. And another one, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I like that look. 3, 3, 3. And this is open. So I want to put something in there to indicate that it is open. For example, another card. Because it's not completely obvious that this is a tuck spot. So what I'm going to do is put a little card in that slips right out to there. And then when the teacher I give it to sees it, they'll know that that comes out then. That's better. And I need to glue that down. Oh, I am nearly done. Got some embellishment. Oh, lovely. I've also got these little, these are called hidden paper clips. You can look up lots of tutorials on that one too. It's very cool. A bit time consuming though. I'm not sure I completely would do many of them again. But I love to try anything I come across on YouTube. That one's going over in that book. This is nearly done. I'm just going to set that aside for a minute. Finish off this one. Come back to this little darling. Now let's go to the front here. Oh, that might look lovely there. Or maybe that way. Yeah, that way. There. It's a paper clip inside bits of paper basically. It's just a really decorative way of making a paper clip. Now I'm going to add a delightful little dangle to this one. That is a bit funny looking. And these are in just a big pile. I made lots of them on holidays just for fun. So, whoa, that looks fantastic. Look at that. There. Look at the beautiful dangly things. Oh, there's also a pink one. Oh, wow, that's a little tiny one. Oh, that's the one. Now then, let's sew that through there. Get my needle. I'm going to get more of this blue. Got that little bit left, which is perfect. Open the needle. Slip my in, close it. There are probably 100 ways of doing these sorts of things that you might know of, and you might do it better than me. And that's because this is an incredibly creative process. So it's quite individual. I was going to say personal. They are very personal, actually, because they're full of my art, my creativity, my ideas. I'm just going to leave that there. I kind of like that extra little bit there, and it's attached it very effectively. I don't have to worry about those holes now. And that just goes on there. Then I'm going to give it a big paper clip, and then let's give it some of these paper clips. So what I'm doing is just popping them on, and just as a visual reminder, this is what you could do with your travel journal or your junk journal, whatever you're going to use it for, and that is that you can clip things in. You might glue things in, clip things in. It's completely up to you and your creative mind and what you want to do. So the final thing for me to do is to glue down and make those pockets. These are going to go in the paper bag in here. Yeah, see, that just gets lost. So get lost in there as well, a little bit. Oh no, not too bad. Let's stick this one in here, but I will make it stick out like that. So it's really obvious. They're like little secret tuck spots then. Put that over there. Oh, this is coming out. Why? Ah, interesting. Pull it through further, I think. More. So how am I going to keep it there? Leave that like that. That can come out a little bit if it wants to. Oh, that's better. Okay, I don't need to glue it now. Stuck a paper clip in there instead. That can stay there. Right, I need to glue the tuck spots. So this is Aleene's Tacky Glue. It says America's favourite. Now the thing I like about this is that it's got a lid on it like that, and it just remains permanently upside down. So it is always ready to go. Not much glue needed there. See, when you put it over there, it just sits in the position. All right, I'm going to just glue that tape. I'm just pegging it down with the butterfly clip. Now I need to fix this one up here. Usually what I do is put it on with a clip, so that's why that didn't work. I did the knots. There it is coming through. Oh, that's cool. I just need to get something through it, like a paper clip. Let's get a grey one. See if I can. Oh, there you go. That'll work. Pull it back out just a touch, and then we'll stop there. Okay, over to here. I so have this huge desire to stick something over there. Okay, back to Aleene's glue. Little tiny bit along here. And stick it in the hole and it just stays upside down. Put that one there. Turn it over. Do the yellow one. There. I think there's 4, aren't there? That one next. I wrote the price on it. It cost me $8.80 and I bought it on Amazon. And I love it. It's got quite a thin nozzle, but mostly I just love it because it's upside down all the time and I don't have to get another container to make it upside down. Alright, that one's done. And that's the last one there. There. Okay. Just put those together. Move that over. Here's this one. And this one next. Take the paper clip off this one now. It's secure within a minute. Oh, that's lovely in there. I like this little pink one sticking out of there. Here we go. That one's done. Stick it to there, glue it to there. And more glue. Okay, loving these colours. I'm just going to pinch that down there for a minute while that continues to glue. Those ones over there. Again, stick that so it continues to glue down. And the very last bit is to put on the elastic. That one's having that one there, and this is having gold, which will look, I hope, will that still, I don't think it goes with that. Changed my mind about it. Maybe the purple, yeah. Purple's going to be on both. It's like a little test, isn't it? How bad are my eyes? Okay. So this is Hat Elastic. Again, bought it on Amazon. You can get it on any craft store. But the thing about it is that it's thin. So at first I just went online when I wanted to make the closure for these journals, and I ordered Hat Elastic, and when it arrived it was about 5 times as thick as this one is, and so that was a real pain in the butt. I mean, it actually looks quite beautiful on the journals that I made, but getting it through, keeping it on, very difficult. Okay, I'm just making a huge mess here. Okay, go back. I want this to just sit neatly around here, and it'll be about that wide, and I'll tie a hole in the middle so that only needs to be about that wide. I'll just do the other one about the same. I know it's wider, but that's okay. Okay, back to my favourite needle that takes absolutely everything. Just find it in my mess here. I'm actually not this messy when I'm doing these. There it is. Because I'm wanting to do this quickly for you guys so that you're not watching me pack away as I go. But often I do pack away as I go, and then again sometimes I don't. I just want the job done. Okay, I'm going to take it to halfway, open her up, stick it into that middle hole. I want the end, yeah, this way. Moving those threads out of the way is better. Okay, so I want it to come through a bit more so that it is that long, and that gives it a little bit of room. So now I'm going to tie a knot, but I want the knot to end there, so I'm going to bring this through a little more, keep my fingers on the spot I want the knot. try and pull it through. See how that goes. Firstly, I want to know it doesn't come through way too long. Okay, go in again. And again, you might have a better method of doing this as well. So much of this stuff I just kind of learn as I go along. That was excellent, so I'm going to give it an extra knot in that spot. So sometimes I watch YouTube to get the ideas, sometimes I just start creating. I'm better if I just begin to create and I don't worry about the correct way of doing something. It's just part of the way that I learn. So now the beauty of this needle is that I can take it off, open and release, and I have a closure. I'm going to put it on the bottom first. I've made it loose, so it's so easy to tighten again. I can put this down in there if I want to. That hole is definitely too big. So I could fix that with a little tiny bit of Aleene's. But I don't want to glue the, I just want to glue the paper, not the, I just want to glue the paper and not the elastic. Sorry about losing my words there. There, that's better. Because later on the elastic could be adjusted as the book expands. There. Ta-da. That one's done. Ta-da, ta-da. Okay, final thing to do on this one. Into my special wonderful needle. Make it half. Stick it through that hole. Pull that aside because I don't want to split the thread. Pull through till it's about the right length. That is about the right length. Now I'm going to try and tie a knot around there. I just guess. And because you can undo it, you can redo it. Ta-da, ta-da. Oh, that was great. So I'll just go back in here, redo that knot so nothing's ever moving. I might do it this way. And then trim that off. Very messy in there, but it just doesn't matter. Okay, pull it through, release my beautiful needle. By the way, this needle was cheap. If you know the name of this needle, it would be brilliantly helpful for others if you write it down. Okay, ta-da. Okay, I'll put that lid on. And there is my closure, and I can tuck that in there if it's annoying. They can come off if anyone finds it annoying. Oh, I've done that one really beautifully. And there you have it. Here are my two beautiful handmade travel journals, junk journals, just journals or book. It can be anything that you want it to be when you give it to someone. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching me create these journals, handmade books.